YouTube family. Season greetings and best wishes to a beautiful Christmas holiday. It is not a perfect Christmas without some Guyanese pepper pot. And what I love about Christmas, for all Guyanese, we incorporate all the national dishes into our Christmas menus. And that's what I really love about our Guyanese Christmas. Because today I'm going to be preparing my pepper pot, and this is one of our national dish, and this dish is representing the Amerindian or native people of Guyana, and it is a very beautiful, succulent, delicious dish that we all enjoy. So today I'm going to share a recipe for my 2022 Guyanese pepper pot. I like to make mine a day or two before Christmas so all the flavors and the juices can really marry in together, and the meat can be very soft and tender, because this is something we eat with bread, and you want to make sure that it is very soft. So I have a mixture here of cow heel and oxtail. I nicely wash it with some lime juice, as you want to use meat that have a little bit of bone, a little bit of fat, and have a little bit of meat. So the cow heel for me have that nice gelatin kind of texture, and the oxtail have some meat and bone, which really have a beautiful flavor for this dish. So before I start with mine, I like to go in and season up the meat a little. I have some Guyana fine thyme here that I'm washing in some water. I'm going to use some broadleaf thyme, some garlic and pepper. I'm going to blend these ingredients up, marinate the meat a little, and then I'll show you the next step. So I'm using a little bit of pepper now to add flavor to the meat, but I'm going to add some more pepper into the pepper pot, but those ones I would not be bursting into the meat. I'm gonna keep them whole so our pepper pot won't be too heavy on the heat side with pepper. So I'm adding all my ingredients here, and then I'm gonna blend this to marinate our meat. I'm gonna add a little bit of water into here. First of all, I'm gonna add some black pepper in here. Next, we're gonna add our salt. For all my friends who don't eat oxtail or cow heel, I have a recipe for turkey neck pepper pot and chicken foot pepper pot. They're all delicious and flavorful. So now I'm going to go in with my blended ingredients, which is the garlic, thyme, and pepper. And I have Guyana fine thyme and broadleaf thyme in here. So I'm going to quickly marinate this before we start cooking our pepper pot. So I just add my blended seasoning to the meat, my fine thyme, broadleaf thyme, pepper, and garlic, a little bit of salt and black pepper. We're going to mix all that goodness into the meat to give it a nice marinade, and then I'm gonna move over to the stove and start to burn out the natural water from the meat. So we just added the meat to the pot, and this here is gonna allow all that natural water or the rank water to burn out from the meat, and we're gonna wait until it is all gone before we add the rest of our ingredients. So this is going to take a little bit of a time to steam out the meat, and I'll come back and show you when all the liquid is fully evaporated. It smells so beautiful already. Our pepper pot is cooking up nicely. I still have some water in there, so I'm going to wait until all of it is gone before we move to the next step. So now that the water is completely evaporated from the meat, I have some additional ingredients here. I have some cinnamon sticks, some clove, some additional pepper. I'm going to cook these whole into the pepper pot. a few pieces of dried orange peel, and some more thyme. And of course, this dish have a lot of stars, and one of the main thing is some good Guyanese Pomeroon casareep. If you don't have the Pomeroon version, then it's fine. You can still add whatever you have. And I like to add a few tablespoons of brown sugar. I'm going to leave all the measurement and ingredients that I'm using today. And if you're making a bigger batch or a smaller batch, you can adjust your ingredients to suit the amount you're making. So into the pot, and I just want to show you how all the water is gone. It's just a little bit of oil in the bottom. I didn't add oil to my pan because the cow heel will release some nice oil. So now I'll go in with all the ingredients. And that's what I like about this dish. I think I didn't pull out the stem for that one. Yep. And you just add everything and you leave it to cook until it's tender. Give it a mix so ingredients can mix in well. And remember, fine thyme is a must for this as well. It really adds a beautiful flavor. I'm gonna add my casareep. And what I do, I would add and average until I get the right amount. So I'm going to go in with about 1/4 cup here of the casareep. And casareep help to preserve your meat and keep it longer because, you know, we make pepper pot for days and you can keep it outside, warm it up every day, and your meat wouldn't spoil. The casareep help to preserve the meat so it can last a little bit longer. And it really helps to keep your pepper pot for a few days before it's done. So I have my 1/4 cup of casareep in there. It's looking good, but I can't tell the color until I add some water. So I had some water warming up on the other side. I'm gonna add it to my meat. And for this recipe, it needs to cook very slow because that's when all the flavor really get to married in well. And because I'm using cow heel and oxtail, these are hard meat, so I have to add enough water to tenderize my meat. So I'm gonna go in with my warm water. I usually add a little bit over the meat, and then I'm gonna give it a mix. That nice oiliness that's floating on the top, that's from the cow heel. And I'm gonna go in with some more of the casareep. The casareep also help to make the meat nice and soft. So I will do about another 2 tablespoons. Oops. And then we'll mix it up. If you add too much, it can turn out a little bit bitter. So you have to really cook it for a few minutes to check the color, because as it cooks, the flavor will get intense. So I'm gonna leave it as this for now. I'm gonna cook it for a good 15 to 20 minutes and then I'll come back and check on it if I have to add more. Our pepper pot is boiling up nicely. After 20 minutes of cooking, I feel that we need to add some more casareep. So I'm gonna go in with another 2 tablespoons of it. And we're gonna let it cook and see if we have to add again. But what I like about this dish, you can cook and add your flavor as you go along. If salt is missing or pepper or something like that is missing, you can always add as you go along, because the dish take a while to cook, so you can keep adding flavors as you go along. So I'm gonna mix that in and we will leave it again and we'll come back in another 20 to 25 minutes and check it out. So the pepper pot is bubbling up nicely. I went ahead and I added about 2 more cups of water because our meat is not nowhere done yet. About halfway in the cooking process. And I add some more casareep. I'm gonna let it cook some more, and then I'll decide if I want to add more casareep to the pot. But I'm gonna cover it down and let it cook again. You can see all that nice thyme floating on the top, and you know that this is gonna be a good one. I'm just letting it cook slowly until it's done, and we have these bad boys here that I'm gonna smash in mine when I'm eating it. My orange peel and thyme. We're gonna let it cook again, and then we'll check it back in a few more minutes. So my pepper pot has been cooking for about 3 hours or more, and it is done now. But we're not eating it now. This is for our Christmas breakfast, and I like to prepare it. I like to prepare it a day or two before the Christmas so all that flavor can soak in. I'm gonna dish out some and let you know how it tastes. So our pepper pot is done. It is looking delicious and scrumptious, and right at the end I'm gonna go in and sprinkle some chopped green onions in there, just to have that beautiful freshness at the end. And then we will serve this up with our homemade bread. So here it is, and I'm gonna show you. We had this cooking for about 3 to 4 hours, and I just want to show you how beautiful this is done. We have our cow heel here, and we have the oxtail. The meat is nice and soft, and it have a nice amount of gravy. So nice, I don't want to splatter it up. The meat is nice and soft, and I'm gonna warm it up every day until Christmas. Look at that. So I'm gonna go in for this nice piece of oxtail. To all the viewers and subscribers, cheers. Very spicy, which I like, and full with flavor. There's no shortage of flavor in there. I'm gonna go in for a piece of the cow heel because this is my favorite part, is gelatin. So I'm gonna dump this into some of the sauce, and I am in for a treat right here. Cheers. So nice and so delicious. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, we hope you will consider subscribing soon. If you haven't made your pepper pot yet, I hope I inspire you, and I will leave a link to my turkey pepper pot and my chicken pepper pot. Until then, we want to say stay blessed, stay safe, Merry Christmas, bye for now.